Hello, my name is Shira McLean and I'm one of the co-founders of AuriGen Medical. Based at the ATU Innovation Hub in Galway and established in 2017, AuriGen Medical is a deep tech medical device company which has developed a minimally invasive implant to revolutionise the management of millions of chronic heart disease patients. In 2018, we ranked first out of 1,280 companies that received funding through the prestigious EU Horizon 2020 funding programme from SMEs. And in 2019, we ranked first out of 138 companies for the same programme for the EU FTI instrument. We are uniquely the only company in Europe to ever achieve these two firsts from thousands of companies across all sectors. Over the last 4 years, we have been awarded 14 million in grant aid funding from Irish Government and European Commission programmes to develop our technology. Enterprise Ireland, WDC and private family office investors with extensive expertise in this field in the US and Holland have also invested 3.5 million in the business. We have recently raised 1.75 million from institutional investors in Ireland, and we are now exclusively inviting Spark crowdfunding members the opportunity to invest on the exact same terms, but with the added benefit of a 40% tax rebate through the EIS scheme. Spark investors are therefore investing at a 40% discount to venture capitalists who have completed an extensive due diligence on the business and its prospects. Funds raised will be used to facilitate our first-in-human clinical trials starting in Q2 of 2023, and we are highly confident of the outcome of these trials. We expect this to generate a 3 to 5x inflection on the company valuation curve within the next 12 months alone. Early clinical validation on a wider sample of patients would attract big medtech corporate interest and a potential 600 million exit. With CE mark regulatory approval in Europe, this could bring a valuation uplift to the 1 billion level, and FDA approval in the US would put AuriGen's value in the region of 2 billion plus. We are raising funds today at a valuation of 29 million, or 17.4 million after the EIS refund for private investors is applied. I'd now like to introduce you to our CEO and co-founder, Dr. John Thompson, who will explain the problem faced by millions of heart patients throughout the world and how the product that we are developing solves this problem. John studied medicine at the Royal College of Surgeons in Dublin and qualified as a doctor in 2005. He also has an MBA from Smurfit Business School, which he completed in 2015. And it was while working as an executive at Pfizer that the first ideas for AuriGen emerged.
Hello, I'm John Thompson. Despite much focus and advancement on the treatment of chronic heart disease, the condition still kills more Europeans than cancer, crippling healthcare systems and costing the EU over 210 billion euros every year. Patients with chronic heart disease are at a very high risk of developing heart failure, atrial fibrillation, blood clots, and stroke. Atrial fibrillation, also called AFib or AF, is a quivering or irregular heartbeat, an arrhythmia, that can lead to blood clots, stroke, and even heart failure. The elevated stroke risk can be managed by occluding the left atrial appendage, or LAA, a small pouch within the heart. The LAA is the source of over 90% of AFib-related blood clots, leading to a very high stroke risk. Existing devices called LAA occluders filter out these blood clots, reducing stroke risk. These devices are implanted using thin, flexible tubes called catheters, which are inserted through a small incision in a vein in the upper leg. Unfortunately, implantation of current LAA devices is challenging because of sharp, fixed barbs used to hold these devices in the heart, which can tear the heart wall, causing significant injury. Also, current LAA devices are, in our opinion, a huge missed opportunity, as they offer no treatment for AFib, heart failure, and no ability to monitor patients at home post-procedure. In an ideal world, as a doctor, I would love to be able to treat complex chronic heart disease in a single procedure, addressing stroke, reducing AFib, and be able to remotely monitor my patients when they went home. By monitoring patients from the comfort of their home, doctors like myself could get the data they need directly from patients' heart allowing for very early intervention if issues are detected, improving our patients' quality of life and ultimately saving lives. To address the challenges of complex heart disease, AuriGen has created the first device to integrate stroke prevention, heart failure monitoring, and AFib management in a single 30-minute day case procedure. Our technology is built around a smart connected LAA occluder, which works harder for our patients, saving healthcare costs, reducing strokes, atrial fibrillation, and heart failure hospitalizations, and most importantly, lessening needless deaths. Working with cardiologists, we have replaced sharp fixed barbs with a non-fixed atraumatic anchor system, making AuriGen's platform easier and safer to implant, which will ultimately accelerate clinical adoption once approved. Our devices also include smart sensors, which can detect changes in the heart in real time, resulting in earlier and more accurate data. This patient data is transferred live from their handheld receiver at home to a secure cloud, which is instantly accessible by their doctor, helping them to intervene faster, preventing hospitalizations, while also improving quality and length of their patients' lives. AuriGen has 10 patent applications in place across all major territories, with our first patents now granted internationally. Our IP protection is strong and covers all our unique features. It has been fully examined by our investors in Europe and the US. One of our lead investors, a professor at Harvard Medical School, recognizes the vast potential of the data our platform will generate for future predictive analytics and for AI applications. There is an additional huge opportunity here, which we believe will revolutionize the management of millions of chronic heart disease patients. That's why we are so excited about what we developed here at AuriGen. I'd now like to introduce to you our third co-founder and CTO, Tony O'Halloran, who will highlight the market size and the scale of the opportunity here. Tony is a qualified engineer, having graduated from ATU in 2006 with a bachelor's in engineering. Tony also has a master's degree in biomedical innovation, which he received from the University of Galway in 2016.
Hello, I'm Tony O'Halloran. Today, there are 12 million patients in the European Union and the US with combined heart failure and atrial fibrillation. Over 100 million patients globally with AF or heart failure issues. This is a huge unmet medical need. Existing devices treat each condition in isolation, doubling costs and procedures and driving a healthcare economic need. We estimate that this is a €35 billion market in the EU and the US, growing by €7 billion annually. The market opportunities for AuriGen are commercially very lucrative. The global peak sales for our portfolio of all 4 devices could be over $6.3 billion globally and $2.5 billion in the United States. I will now pass you back to Shira to explain the reasons why we believe you should consider an investment in AuriGen Medical today.
AuriGen Medical is a multi-award-winning early-stage medtech business operating in a multi-billion-dollar global industry that urgently requires a solution to a problem suffered by millions of heart patients. Our highly qualified, industry-leading management team has an unrivaled expertise and a successful track record across several key disciplines. Our team has extensive experience developing and commercializing cardiac devices in Medtronic, Boston Scientific, and Abbott. Our mission and business model has been validated by venture capital investors and private investors with expertise in this area. We have successfully completed preclinical trials on our product, and we are now commencing our first-in-human clinical trials in the first half of 2023. Our patent-protected product is likely to make us an attractive acquisition target over the next 5 years. Valuation significantly rises through the validation process, and exits often happen before market entry. And most importantly, as an EIS-approved company, Irish investors are essentially accessing a venture capital quality investment at a 40% discount to the price paid by professional investors. This is an exclusive opportunity to invest in an early-stage medtech business that has global reach and ambition. The minimum investment is just €100, and you can find additional information about AuriGen Medical, about our team, and the potential returns for investors in the investment thesis document on the Spark crowdfunding website. We'd like to leave the last word to Professor Sandeep Panikkar, a consultant cardiologist at the Royal Brompton Hospital in London.
Good afternoon. AuriGen technology has the potential to change the way that we manage patients with complex cardiac conditions, enabling us to remotely monitor them in the community and also to treat persistent atrial fibrillation effectively whilst also reducing their stroke risk. The AuriGen platform of devices has the potential to improve safety, efficacy and cost effectiveness. Thank you.